What is up, YouTube? M40 here. So we're going to be looking at the first round of PPG deck list, the first round that I thought was important, and we'll go on into another set tomorrow to talk about these. So the first one we have is the first Madolche list, and we will have another one of these because there were two in top 16 that I thought were really worth looking at. Well, I mean, that's all we had. But anyway, Madolche new meta. So cool, honestly. So we have one copy of Artifact Scythe, one copy of Dying Pudding, two copies of Messengelato, triple copies of the Pudding Soucior, triple copies of Mageline, triple copies of Angeli, and two copies of Mr. Hoot Hoot Don't Pollute, Rat Panther Monsterland. Now, we did talk about in the beginning of the format here that kaijus might be the way to go for this deck. You just do standard going second things, but this build can go first or second. Ooh. Yeah, you have good cards for going first, you have good cards for going second. You're kind of just the best of both worlds here. You have triple Lightning Storm, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Called by the Grave, two copies of Super Poly, one ticket, one Salon, and two copies of Chateau, with the triple copies of Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Sanctum, two Promenade, one Red Reboot, and two copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping up the main deck here. Down here in the side, we have two copies of Fresh to Start, one Phoenix, two copies of the Glass Full, triple copies of Tiarimisu, two copies of Chocolate a la Mode, one Mud Dragon, one Earth Golem, one Starving Venom, one Construct, and one copy of the Draco Nether Soul. Side here we have two copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Godarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju, triple copies of Phantasme, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, the third copy of Super Poly, and we have triple copies of Royal Decree. I do not know the last time I've seen Royal Decree be in a side, but now that Eldlich is starting to veer its ugly head, maybe just flipping up a card that can jam your opponent out of the game is pretty good. I mean, worst case, your opponent's going to have to use the Eldlich and discard to go kill your Royal Decree, which seems like just free advantage to you in the overall long run. So at least you're getting it off the field long enough for you to combo. So this was the top 8. Well, I mean, they're both top 8, but for Madolche, we'll cover the second one tomorrow. Very interesting. This, I just like the fact that this is such a control build. I haven't quite seen much control as of late. I mean, like, the most exciting thing we had was like Pot of Extra, and then we like saw going second, Madolche kind of develop into the format, and then you have this beast right here to counteract the format. Very interesting nonetheless. Next up, this was the winning list out of the PPG. First and second were both Adamancipator. No Eldlich in first or second this time. Just first and second, brutally playing it out. And now we finally see the inclusion of the Dragon Buster Sword. Now that Link Ross enters into the fray, by the way, this card is nuts in this deck. Literally the fact that you can just spin down on the Link material fodder for this to be able to make the boards that you guys were kind of seeing me talk about in earlier videos on this channel. This card is nuts. So we have triple copies of the Analyzer, triple copies of Researcher, and triple copies of the Seeker. Then we only have two copies of Block Dragon, the best card in the deck, hands down. One Go Glove, triple copies of Doki Doki, one copy of the Dragon Buster, the Destruction Sword. While your opponent has to play through negates, generally taking away a battle phase and forcing them to attack over something or anything like that, that's what this card does. It puts more pressure on the opponent than you'd actually think. Two copies of Dinotherium, one copy of Gigantus, two copies of Gigas, triple copies of Guardian, two copies of Pudding Soucior, and one copy of Olion. Then we have triple copies of Adamancipator Signs, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More. Yep, these have just found their way into the format. One copy of Foolish Braille, triple copies of Lightning Storm with one Monster Reborn, and two copies of the Shade Brigade. Then we have one Union Carrier, one Link Ross, one Unicorn, one Phoenix, one Cerberus, one IP Masquerada, one Needle Fiber, one Appaloosa, one Gallant Granite, one Abyss Dweller, one Martial Metal Marcher, one Herald of the Arclight, Borreload Savage, the Repite, and the Dragite. You guys remember when we used to play the eggs, right? Good times. Not anymore. We have 1 copy of Pinkertops, 2 Kumamungas, triple Gamma with 1 driver, 1 Mind Control, 2 copies of Twin Twisters, triple Pointer of the Red Lotus, 1 Imperial Order, and 1 copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up your winning list out of the PPG this weekend. It's almost like this deck is the best deck of the format. Now, Dinosaurs made top 16 here, and this is probably the first real showcase that we're going to get to see for the Adamatia and Eldlich, our little friend that allows us to basically combo extend even more than what we were kind of setting up for. And once again, we start to see this trend here. It's almost like Dark Ruler No More is a card. It's almost like this card's sole existence is to break these boards. It's almost like we've got a developed metagame here. We have triple copies of the Adamatia and Eldlich Mr. Archosaur. Triple copies of Baby Ceratosaurus, 1 Pinkertops, 1 Giant Rex, 1 Jet Synchron, 1 copy of the Elio, 1 copy of Olion, triple copies of Miscellaneous Ceratosaurus, 1 Overtex Kotos, 2 copies of the Pterodon, triple copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor, 2 copies of Agmizod, 1 Vanisher, and 2 copies of the Ultimate Conductor. Spells here we have triple Dark Ruler No More, 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill, 1 Dragonic Diagram, triple copies of Fossil Dig, triple copies of Called by the Grave, and triple copies of The Lost World, wrapping up the main deck here. Down here in the extra deck we have 1 Auroradon, 1 Link Spider, 1 Link Ross, 1 Phoenix, 2 copies of Needle Fiber. Is this the first deck that we're going to see playing 2 Needle Fiber? I don't know. We have 1 True King of All Calamities, 1 Logia, 1 Dolka, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of the Trishula, 1 Mr. Big Fat Crocodile, 1 Martial Monomarcher, 1 Shambara, and 1 copy of the Formula Synchron. Side deck here we have triple Lancia, triple copies of Ash Blossom, triple copies of System Down, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of the Red Reboot, wrapping up, well, your take here on Dinosaurs. And honestly, Water, actually I thought was the only thing that was actually going to play this card, but it looks like that our friends over at the Dinosaur world have found a way to start abusing this guy a little bit more. Alright. And then we have this. This is Eldlich Synchro. Now, I actually kid you not, I did not expect this evolution to go on to this deck. And we literally are playing the most degenerate engines that we can. So we've got, of course, we got to draw cards. Of course, we have the Synchro for our play. The tuning to make the Needle Fiber. Access Code Talker for shenanigans. And the Despot Tuner, because why not? This is Synchro Eldlich. I don't even know what to say about this, man. Like, we've gone really far down the rabbit hole now. So we have 1 copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician Girl, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of DD Crow, 1 copy of the Despot 001, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 2 Golden Lord, triple copies of Jet Synchron, triple copies of Magician Souls, 2 Olion. This deck looks like it bricks so bad, but like, I see how it works. Now we have triple copies of Cursed Eldland and triple tuning. Those are our spells. We have triple copies of the Conquistador, triple Old Elixir, a 1 Golden Land Forever, triple Pirates, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence. Wrapping up the main deck here. Extra deck we have 2 Auroradon, 1 Link Spider, or 1 Link Spider, 1 Link Aribo, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP, 2 copies of Hollyfiber X, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Juggernaut, and 1 Gustav, 1 Pleiades, 1 Wonder Magician, 1 Herald, and 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, wrapping up your extra. Aside here we have triple Nibiru, triple Cosmic, triple Evenly, triple Solemn, and triple copies of Summon Limit. Wrapping up, well, probably one of the most abusable engines in the game now. We've done it. We have mashed Magicians, Synchros, and Zombies into the same deck, into what appears to be the weirdest hodgepodge of consistency available in today's format. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about really, these deck lists. I don't even know what else to say. And well, guys, I'm out. Take care. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.